Hopefully we're back. I don't know what the fuck that was. That was really fucking weird. Okay, yeah. I legitimately don't even know what happened. Literally what happened is like when stream crashed, literally I got a thing saying that, oh, sign in to PSN or whatever. Like, so like I think like PlayStation just like bumped me out for like no reason. Um and then I like relogged in, and even then, like right away, it wouldn't let me stream. It said cannot find partner token or something like that. I was like, what the fuck? And then eventually just worked. So I don't know. That was weird. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. That'll be cool. Um, that felt really random. Where yeah, that is the thing though, is that if I get knocked off of a PSN, then I can't stream because I'm technically streaming through PlayStation, to which the like settings on like what channel to stream to and everything is through PSN. So that's something. But my reacting to them more AC hot takes, that's something. Wasn't that what the last clip was? So this is I mentioned this before, that when it comes to so like Twitch added this new thing of featured clips, which is just kind of dumb. But because it's essentially it's like locking away like most clips. But essentially like any clip of substance I usually just add as a featured clip because why not? So I'll probably end up adding that one. We'll see. Like, as long as it's not like a random point in stream where I'm not even talking about anything. It's literally just like a random moment. Or it's like, there's a lot of clips of just the beginning of stream for some reason. I don't know why that's a thing. Yeah, as long as it's like a clip that's like not nothing, then I'll just make it a featured clip.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
Oh yeah, I guess that. Well, no, because like the Portal, like you have to have a PS5, right? Because the entire thing of Portal is that you're streaming it from your PS5 to the Portal, which is bad. But by the way, like what a waste that Portal is. Like that's really shit. That like I don't know why you would spend $200 on a handheld device that you have to stream from your PS5.
But how did you come to be here?
Clips are kind of janky and they don't show up for a bit. Yeah, I kind of noticed that too. Is that like certain clips that like they're like there twice for some reason, but like one time is like seemingly the actual clip, and the other time is just like the initial clip that was made. Any rivalries on Survivor Quebec? I mean, kind of, right? Are there any like one-on-one rivalries though? I guess like now kind of like Denise or Dennis and Maurice.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did
like Joel and the Bros.
Not long after Rosalind.
Kind
the
of.
Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes.
No, it's not the whole con. It's literally just a device to stream the game from your PS5 on a mobile device to where you have to be within range, right? Like, it's not like you can just go anywhere with it. Like, you have to be, like, within a certain range of your PS5. Again, it's really shit. It's like, I don't know why you would spend $200 on that. Like, if it was actually a portable PS5, which, again, would be pretty much impossible, but if it actually was a portable PS5, then, like, like, $200 would be extremely cheap for that. But, like, so that would also be, like, more useful if you could at least, like, even if you could at least, like, take it, like, beyond your house or whatever. Like, you just go anywhere with it and stream from your PS5. That would be cool. Like, would it be worth $200? I mean, no. But, like, at least it'd be cool. Be like, what it actually is, though, is, like, yeah, it's just, like, really bad. What am I doing? Okay, I am doing the right thing. Okay. I was like, why did it have the side quests on there? I don't even know what I don't know what they're doing with it. I don't know what their like actual goal is with this thing. Like I don't know why they even thought this was like a good idea to create this like device that like is like a portable device but not like actually portable. And like it's only like 1080 too, right? So it's not even like oh, if you don't have like a 4K TV, you can get this device and like play it. I mean, I guess to be fair, that would be kind of stupid actually. But I don't know. It's like I don't get the point of it.
How could we have?
I get, yeah. Is it like if someone else is using TV, but also if you're in a position where like someone else is using your TV, then like can you really afford a $200 like portable device in that position? I don't know. It's like I don't get the point of it. Was Simon the youngest on the season? I didn't realize that.
Always. Then let's do our duty.
Just buy a Switch, yeah. I would rather buy a Switch than fucking PlayStation Portable. I still don't know what I'm gonna do in terms of like Xbox and like Switch and stuff. I'm like, if I will buy one by the end of this year or not. I kind of want to, but I also like don't know if I have the time to even play them if I wanted to. I think I'm actually at the point though, I think I might actually buy an Xbox over buying a Switch. Where I think I've kind of gotten to the point where like, I'm just kind of resolute that I'm probably just not going to play a lot of these Switch games ever. Where like I feel like with Xbox, it's like I kind of still want to be involved in like the very few games that are coming out on Xbox. From like Starfield, Hellblade 2, now like Fable whenever that comes out. The thing is though, also it's like I don't know if I want to spend $500 on an Xbox. Or like obviously I can get a Series S, but I also like don't really want one because I feel like if I'm getting an Xbox, I might as well go all out and get like a disc version that I could play backwards compatible 360 games and stuff on, and like even Xbox original games. Because I feel like that would also be kind of cool too. Because at that point I could stream like those games, which I think there's like certain games from that I would like to stream. Yeah, I could record footage for my AC1 video for some point down the road. That'll be cool too. She's only got 9 votes to survive her career. Yeah, about right. I mean, again, she's never been like properly voted out. What is the Switch like though? Like in terms of like what are the specs in comparison to a normal Switch? I've never paid attention. Like I assume it's like lower. Well, I mean, I guess it won't matter if I play it on TV anyway, right? Because like I'm never gonna actually play it portably. Let's see, Switch versus Switch Lite. But the thing is also, I want to buy a 4K TV because like it bothers me that I don't have a 4K TV. But also I'm like kind of just waiting for like Black Friday because why not? Oh, Switch Lite is only portable. Okay, so that's kind of shit. Yeah, I feel like I would only buy I wouldn't buy a Switch Lite. I don't know. It's like there's obviously like certain games that that I do want to play on Switch, but I just don't know if it's enough to like bother trying. Because like, I think the thing is like once I play Switch games, I feel like I at that point like I feel the need to go all in on Switch. Where I feel like with like where with Xbox obviously it's like there's not as much to play. And I feel like because that it kind of makes me more willing to like buy an Xbox, and along with the fact that obviously like it expands the backlog as well. Because I still own a whole bunch of 360 games, and even then there's like 360, like it's just, it'd be cool to play other 360 games I don't even own as of right now too. Speaking of that, I need to play Alan Wake, like play the remaster. I keep on forgetting that, like not forgetting, but like I keep on like forgetting that I want to do that before Alan Wake 2. At least that was my initial plan. By the way, that looked really great. Your thoughts on this event? Is it, what is this? Oh yeah, I thought that was funny. I mean, like it's like definitely like cringy, right? In the sense that it's like obviously he's trying to do like try to be the Bill Clinton guy. but really funny that like someone got away with doing it again. You would think that after the Game Awards they would like get better security. Yeah, like to be fair, I mean that essentially you can look at it as kind of a discount, right? That if you were always gonna buy Red Dead 1, you could just look at buying a an Xbox Series X as a $50 discount because you're getting Red Dead for free. I'm not that like I'm fine with The Language 3. Like I think it'll be fun. I'll play it eventually, but I'm not like dying for it either. It's like yeah, it's not like a game I'm like eagerly anticipating, but I'm sure it'll be good. But I literally own a copy, like a sealed copy of Red Dead 1
I don't think so.
for 360.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames.
So yeah, if I were to buy an Xbox, I'll just play it. I fucking own Red Dead 1 on both Xbox and PlayStation though, which is funny. Like I own it in the PS3 version.
I see you're all in one piece.
V25's top tier season. I think it's on its way.
Something wrong.
There's still a lot to go. I could definitely see this turning out to be like a BB20 situation where the later game's not nearly as interesting, especially with Cerise seeming to have the game on lock. But also, Cerise seems to be a very chaotic player, so at least there's that.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
Chanel from 42 or Sean from 4? Probably Sean. That's not even like that fair of a comparison considering Chanel was what, 11th place, Sean was 5th. Does Amanda have a better runner-up game than Parvati's runner-up game? I think Amanda's China game is better than Here's Villains. I think Micronesia, Amanda, and Parvati Here's Villains is like a bit closer. To which I don't remember what did I do in the ranking, the actual season ranking. I don't even remember, or season the runner-up ranking. I think they're around the same spot, right? Micronesia Micronesia, Amanda, and Here's the Villains Parvati.
Just patch me up as quick as you...
No, I didn't expect this from Suri, but I think it makes sense when you think about it. I don't know if Parvati actually needed immunity at 6. I think the show portrays it that way, but I also feel like more than likely, I think they weren't going to vote out Parvati over Rupert. But I think if it was an instance where Rupert had one immunity, then I think at that point they definitely would have considered taking out Parvati. I don't think Russell never planned on going to the end with Rupert and Colby. Like, I think at that point in the game, his plan was to go to the end against Jerry and Sandra. And to be fair, that was his plan up until like the last second at Final Four. But I think he did worry about Rupert as a jury threat more than he worried about Parvati. Oh, well, that was a waste. She has 6 different alliances now? I assume she had more than 6. But yeah, she's definitely in a lot. Yeah, Suri, like, I think when you really think about it, okay, that was like a really abrupt cut there. But yeah, I think when you really think about it, it does make sense that she is this chaotic on Big Brother when you look at like how the games are paced between Big Brother and Survivor.
Only the first round to wait. Shall we?
I don't remember what colors of the wind is. I've never once in my fucking life thought about Disney songs. Pocahontas? Yeah, I would not remember that. I don't even remember if I actually even watched Pocahontas. Or like I probably did at some point when I was a kid, but I don't think I have like recently, like as an adult, or at least like close to it. Like essentially, like ever since I have my like actual like real memory of watching movies, I don't think I've watched Pocahontas. Actually, was that after he ran for governor? Was his run on Blood vs. Water? That's kind of funny, if you really think about that. He's one day running for governor, and then after that, he fucking is the first boot on Survivor Blood vs. Water. It's still so funny to me that fucking Rupert Boneham was in a debate with Mike Pence. That's funny. Speaking of that, wasn't the Republican debate today or something? Like the first Republican primary debate, which that's something which I don't really care.
Do you see any more?
But it won't be long before the next
But
arrive.
I mean,
Can we
like
make them
it's
off as
pretty
well we
pointless
can?
though, isn't it? Like I love how, like, because like Trump didn't show up, right? Which like it's essentially like a debate between like all the people that aren't going to win the primary. He's got 4% of the vote. Well, thank God.
What did you find
I'm
down
sure that'll
there?
work out for him.
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our
No one cared about the Sansa debate. He's
like
like number one. He was like the number one. Like
How many of
I
your
don't.
men
What do you
were
even
injured?
call it? But either way, like the number,
Sight
like
less than if you
in
hadn't
the number
turned
one
up.
position there.
Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory.
Because like obviously
But
no
as long
Trump.
as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if
Yeah,
the Horde will
Vivek
be back,
runs Swami
when.
as a person.
and whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land.
I feel
and is
like
easily defendable.
that's kind
I'd
of
like
the
to make
move.
this
I don't know. Like
one
Vivek's like
What do you say?
interesting in the
Master?
sense that he's like
You don't
trying to
have
play
go
off
rest.
like the Trump
Well,
angle, right? Of like
like
the
that.
he's the outsider
They can
that's like going
stay.
against the establishment and everything. The problem is that he also has like he's going against Trump, which has that even more so. But it is interesting to see him running. To be honest, I don't know anything about him policy wise, like at all. Like, dude, I don't know anything about like any of these like people outside of I guess of DeSantis, policy wise.
Over
To be
here.
fair, I think you can kind of assume a lot of things based on the fact that they're in the Republican Party.
It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rossfield.
Must have
I
been
am
18,
Oscar.
24-year-olds from
Oscar
voting.
of House Murdoch.
I'll be honest, I'm not like not opposed to it. Like I'm kind of like I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted on like the overall like notion of voting in the sense that like
But
I
his
think
brother,
most people are
my
idiots,
father did.
and like
I am
I don't
Sir
think
Rodney's
like
nephew.
I don't think I trust the general public to actually make a sound decision.
Well, go on, then. It's not for me to ask him.
But at the end of the day, that is
Yes,
what
so
democracy is, and like, is there really that much better of a system?
If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take
I think Little Nightmares 2 is better than
The
1.
duties of a shield from the finest.
Like, I think essentially like 2 is just a refined version of
I'm
1.
sorry
It's like
to
more of the
disappoint you,
same, but
Oscar,
like
but I'm a
just
shield no
slightly
longer.
better.
Nor was I ever the finest.
Like definitely the set pieces were on like a larger
Spending time in the
scale.
company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
Election will be the first
My
time
Aunt Hannah
voting.
once told me that a man
You
is
want to
not
vote everyone
defined
sucks? I
by
mean, that's
his
every
title,
election.
but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so
Yeah, to be fair, with that in
and
particular, with the
I would
Republicans in
sooner
particular, yeah, the
serve under an
1824 is
honorable
definitely
outlaw than an
a move to
unworthy
make the give them better odds.
Not that Sir Wade and the other
I could
guardians
not
are-
tell you my thoughts on
to say
China
that,
Rush 2. I can literally play the video.
It's all right. We know what you
Let's
mean.
see. What are my thoughts
There's
on
only so
China
much the boy
Rush
can learn
2?
from me, my lord.
Which, yeah, that's coming out in what, like 2 weeks?
But a squire.
So that's something. I think it's coming out the week of the One Piece
You were a squire
review.
once, and I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Next Wednesday is the Amazing Race Asia season ranking. I'm sure everyone's
Know that I'll
so
show you as
excited
much
for it.
leniency as your uncle showed me.
By the way, this
I would not have it any other way.
this Saturday is the predicting Jeff Probst's cast rankings, which we'll see how that goes.
My thoughts
All right,
on
here
the
we go.
last English language series of The Amazing Race, and that being The Amazing Race China Rush, which is a really
Yeah, I guess that's not the most accurate statement anymore, is it?
Subtitles, but it is a series of The Amazing Race that takes place entirely in the country of China. Initially, in the first season, it was comprised of entirely
How much do I even
foreigners,
talk
but
about the
then transitioned to
seasons?
Chinese teams, which is really
The video is only 11 minutes.
all this is the fact that the prize for this season is a trip around the world, which essentially means the prize for the season is what you would just normally get for being on The Amazing Race. That's
It is so
also, there was one
stupid.
of Alan Wu, who's the host of Amazing Race Asia.
Okay, yeah,
To
who
me, it's the best
cares?
season of the bunch. To me, this is the season that has the most likable cast.
Let's see.
I think it's a cast of really compelling teams here. I think you got.
All right, here's Amazing Race
away
Asia
from that initial
2.
theme of the first season,
Or
where while
Amazing
the
Race 8, Amazing Race China Rush 2.
season 2, which again is where the show kind of went away from that initial theme of the first season, where while it does have an international cast still, with some team coming from outside of China and them not speaking Chinese and speaking English throughout the entirety of it, we also get Chinese teams along the way. With those Chinese teams speaking in Chinese, and through that we get English subtitles. We do also see Alan Wu speaking in both English and Chinese, and I just feel like it's kind of weird. I mean, to me, again, obviously as an English speaker, I just felt like it was hard to connect to a lot of the Chinese teams. And I think some of that comes from the concept of this being.
And to be fair, this is kind of my thoughts on Survivor Quebec.
At that point, everyone is speaking a foreign language. To me, and through that, I would be able to connect with the cast a bit more consistently. But because of this language barrier,
Not this part of it.
half the cast.
By the way, yeah, I don't even remember the season. Like, I'm looking at the cast here. I do not remember any of these teams based on like just looking at the cast.
Season 1, I would say like slightly below it, though it's kind of in the same ballpark. I think it is still a very solid season. Again, I didn't like this change of adding in these Chinese teams, but again, considering this was a show obviously aired in China and meant to be for a Chinese audience, like obviously it makes sense why you would do so. But I still thought there were pretty notable teams throughout it. I thought the likes of Ren Howie were a fun team there.
Yep, I definitely remember who they are.
All of the Amazing Race, China Rush here. Simon and Catherine are a pretty humorous team, despite them being very mediocre throughout the entire race.
Who the fuck are Simon and Catherine? Oh, actually, I do remember Simon and Catherine now. Okay.
In comparison to Asia, it's around where I would have like season 5, kind of middle of the road. There are some notable eliminations here, like Paul and Nash being first booth was a big surprise to me. The Wushu instructors.
Who the fuck are they?
Relatively early on was a really big surprise after having a really strong start. We have Summer and Ichon who have the.
You can definitely tell I'm like struggling with these names. Like I definitely like cut in between because I had to like repronounce people's names all the time. Oh my god, what the fuck happened there? I have way too much shit open. That's probably a factor. Yeah, fuck Amazing Race. Or, yeah, Amazing Race China Rush 3. Who the fuck likes Amazing Race China Rush 3? I probably would have remembered them if I saw a picture of them, but just based on name, not really. Was that the drummer? And whatever. Well, let's see. Yeah, that is the team I'm thinking of. Okay. Yeah, team of recording artists. They got third? I don't remember they made it that far. But good for them. They won that many. They won 4 legs? I don't remember that either. Huh. Let's just look at the cast of Amazing Race. China Rush 2. Yeah, Lily and John are people. Yeah, Simon and Catherine I do remember now. I don't remember any, like, a lot of these teams, though. Whatever. People who... Wait, are you saying people do like China Rush 3? Oh, I have to go to the fucking desert now, so thank God. And I see DeSantis tell Disney to drop their lawsuit because he's moved on. Yeah, I don't think that's how it works. Thoughts on DeSantis' strategy for a GOP debate to defend Donald Trump? I think, like, just overall, like, it is just, like, the overall strat. I don't even know what the strat would be for, like, this type of debate when there's, like, such a clear front runner and that front runner's not even there. Like, yeah, like, how are you, like, when, like, the majority, or not the majority, but, like, a good chunk of the people that are there, because it is, like, all Republicans there, are, like, pro-Trump. It's like, yeah, like, what's the strat then? Because if you bash too much on Trump, you're essentially insulting that part of the audience, right? And potentially lose them. but like also the goal is to gain them.
As if by magic.
Is to like take
Let's
them
just
away
say
from Trump.
we've
So it's like, how do you
yet to
really
reach a
do that?
consensus about how to solve
Um,
Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the
like
actions
overall,
of
it's
the
just like,
bandits which prove to be our undoing.
it's like
It will
the
be
entire
our
debate's like
own.
kind of pointless, right?
I've
It's like,
tried
I don't think anything's
reasoning
really
with
going to
dissenting
change from it.
parties, but even the desert hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think
Probably.
they'll listen to us?
I don't even
Perhaps you hope they
remember
won't.
that moment that well
Fair
anymore.
point, Sid.
Of
And
Lee
you won't
leaving
have
to his
wasted much of your
mom.
precious time if you fail.
I
They're
think
just across the
probably.
courtyard.
By the way, that's also a thing. Like, so I didn't realize until putting together a retrospective, like that the Jenna episode is like really weird in All Stars. Or like it's an episode that feels like the first like half of it is like made as if they're like upset at Jenna for quitting. But then, or like really most of the episode feels like it's made like as if they're upset at Jenna for quitting. And then at the very end, they turn out like, oh no, Jenna made the right decision. Her mom died. It's like kind of just weird. It's like as if they like initially made the episode to say like fuck you Jenna, and then like made the decision at the last second to change it.
Mercenaries are slaughtered like your men.
I don't know. It's weird. And the same with the Sue stuff, but like that one's even more like targeted, I feel like, where like that one definitely they were like anti-Sue. But like the Jenna one's like this weird like circumstance of like it's just like sometimes it's pro Jenna, sometimes it's not.
When they come back, maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
Did we get Celebrity K news? I don't even know if we even got any.
Both of you.
Like I haven't been looking.
Any more of this?
Might not be shocking if we did, but I just like have not looked.
Come back when you're ready to
Um,
talk like adults.
I don't see anything though. Yeah, last thing I see is from last month, which is that little like trailer thing
Victor,
that we saw.
what's he doing here?
Jeff hijacked the edit and production tried to fix it. Actually, the sense that I get is the opposite. Where I think this also happened in the Sue situation, where like I think Jeff clearly comes off a lot more sympathetic about the Sue situation than production as a whole seemed to. Where like I think Jeff actually, because like when like Rich does like rub on Sue, like Jeff does say come on like stop this or whatever, and then like by the time like obviously that like Sue is yelling at Jeff, like you could tell he is remorseful in that situation. Where like production was not yeah, like production like didn't give a shit. We're upset at Sue for like quitting the game.
When Master Lubor told me of his troubles.
So it's like I get the sense that at least with like the Sue situation that Jeff was definitely a lot more like sympathetic than like Mark Burnett and like the overall production team was.
Those were the thorns in
Where it is like Sue gets like such a bad edit on the season, and like yeah, to be fair, part of it is on her like self. Like she doesn't really try to bond with her tribe. But like they do go out of their way like so many times on the season to just show Big Tom bashing on Sue.
We're still working on this, guys. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a
So yeah, it
solution to
is
Dalimil's
a.
problems.
And like obviously when the moment happens, it's like leading up to it, they give these like confessionals to essentially like make you question like, oh, is Sue just doing this for the money? Where like again, it's just weird the way that's overall portrayed. Where like you literally have like a confession from like you have like two confessions from Rupert, two confessions from Tom, both of them like mentioning
Was a room full of people who were angry and afraid.
well, actually, I guess the Tom ones are different, but like the Rupert ones are like specifically mentioning that like they think that he thinks that she's out for the money or whatever.
Set the entire town alight.
And then like Boston even like mentions that we'll never know if she actually was in it for the money or if she whatever. I don't know. It's just the way they present it is very strange.
We are vulnerable.
And if there's one
And
thing
obviously like
bandits like,
not good from like a modern day lens. Though for some reason at the time that they I guess looked at as acceptable. I don't know. It's weird. I'm trying to look at my notes real
My
quick.
namesake,
Yeah, Rob says that this is another one of those situations where you don't know if she's fucking around because she wants some money. But then says that he's going to give her the benefit of the doubt and that no one knows what she's really thinking. Rupert says that Sue is pursuing her own agenda.
Would be enough to make them question
And
the
Big Tom
ingredients.
says that she's blowing it out of
Well,
proportion.
it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal.
But also, yeah, he also says that he doesn't need her on the tribe, and he would stick a fork in her, which again, bad.
And that would be
And what, like, after she quits,
to pool our resources and save the city
we have
ourselves.
Rupert saying that he thinks Sue is gonna try to sue Rich for $10 million. And we see the tribe being upset that Sue gave Mogo Mogo a hell of a gift.
Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly.
And then, like, all the Kathy stuff is so, like, weird, too. Right, Kathy just comes off so negative.
Your faces are not well known in this town.
Where, like, literally the moment where Sue leaves, Kathy says in the background, well, that's, yes, that's discouraging. And then she gets a confessional afterwards where she calls Sue an angry woman. Says that she doesn't like her for it and that she has to learn to control her emotions. I'm offended she would bring me into her core of hatred. And it's the same thing with the Jenna situation, too. I mean, like, Jenna's situation, like, more tame, but, like, still, it's like the Jenna situation also. Like, she said, like, they give her, like, time to talk about that, too. Or was she, like, she calls Jenna a cancer to the tribe, which is, like, so fucked. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck Kathy was doing on that season. Alright, what am I doing here? Do I feel bad for Jerry? Not really. I don't know. It's like whatever to me. It's like obviously she was like known as the big villain. Like obviously like should she have that reputation at that point? No. But she also like played up to it by that point. To where like she kind of made like a career at that point of being the bitch from Survivor.
A pleasure, my lady.
I don't know. It's like her leaving. It's like I guess like kinda, but I don't know, it's just something I don't really think about that much.
Victor says you
Yeah, see you later, biggest party.
that there aren't any men left to hire. Is that
I don't think Rob and Tom support Richard. Like I mean the thing is like I just don't think they looked at it as a big deal. And like that's the thing also we get like Mogo Mogo asks like immediately after Sue has her like thing at Jeff, where like their instant response is like playing like is as if it's not really anything. Where like Lex says, "Oh, I didn't even see it," and then like Colby says that oh, you know what it's like to be around Rich when he's naked all the time. But it's like completely like having that opinion is like completely taking out the context of like it's not about him being naked, it's about him rubbing himself on Sue, which like also I thought about in the video. It's like I don't think Rich was malicious when he did this. Like I don't think Rich was like oh, I'm actually gonna like traumatize Sue right now. Like I think he thought it was a joke and he was like playing it off as like, oh, this is my TV character being the naked guy on Survivor, and like he was like playing into that. But it's still like bad. Like like it's obviously like he shouldn't do that. And like I think if this was like a modern like if this is the modern day, like 100% he should be kicked off the show for doing it. And I mean should have been kicked off then, but obviously that wasn't really what they would do. But and like I know what Rich has said about like that production like egged him on and everything, which I think is probably true. Like I think production definitely wanted him to play into that character, right? Where like really, I mentioned this before, that like Rich came into the season knowing he had no shot on the season, and I think like a lot of his role on that season is essentially him playing up his character, more so him even like trying to play the game. That he more so is trying to like really build up his reputation more so. And yeah, I think like he wanted to really play up this like naked nudist figure. I don't even know what you even call it. He wanted to like play up that more so, and I think production for some reason loved it. So, like the thing is, I don't even get why that's even like a popular thing. Like, why did he become popular from that? Like, why was that like a funny thing to most people? Like, oh my God, Rich is naked. It's like nothing. Like, I don't know why people found that funny.
Than I thought. If what
But
says is true,
like, I do think a lot of it is like him trying to play up the character, and he just took it way too far.
Though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade,
But yeah, again, I think it's just a different world where like back then they just didn't think anything of that for some reason. That they just didn't look at it as that bad.
Which means that now, more than ever,
and instead we're like thinking that Sue, and like it's like because they didn't think it was that bad, they thought that okay, well then Sue must be out for the money.
But those that are certain to follow.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a very icky situation all around.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you need
Yeah,
to have
I've
gone
seen
through
that on the
this
Wikipedia
charade.
page. Yeah, like the audio, like the thing is like they like laughed at the Ted and Gandia fight. Like they thought it was so funny. The fight between Ted and Gandia, which is like so strange. And like to be fair, like at that time, like at the reunion show, Gandia plays into it. But like it's just still so weird. That was the general reception to that fight. Like it gets nominated for best fight at America's Tribal Council. Like it's literally getting nominated for an award.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
But yeah, it's weird. It's weird that was the time we were in.
Mummy, I'm scared.
The only Star player your mom could name when you asked her was the naked guy. I mean, yeah, again, like I know that's what he's popular for, but like I don't get why. Like, why is he popular for that? Like, why is that a thing that like the general public like really latched onto? Is that, oh my God, Richard, he's the naked guy. Like, just such a weird, like, thing to take away from Richard's run on Borneo. Considering, like, he's not even shown to be naked that much. Like, I don't even think he's shown to be naked until, like, post-merge, right? Like, it's not until his birthday that he goes into his birthday suit, and that, like, that's the first time he's naked on the show. And then obviously he's naked all the time on All-Stars because he's, like, playing up that character. But like, I don't know, it's weird. That's the way that they, the way that like Rich was portrayed. Same way Jenna and Heidi are popular for peanut butter. Yeah, I mean that is also a thing.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the
But even then, like, it's not like Jenna came into All Stars with the like intention of playing up that archetype. And to be fair, maybe she did, and like we just never got to see it, obviously. But and actually, to be fair though, at the reunion show, like she's literally asked one question. She does still bring up that moment that she's okay with being known for stripping for peanut butter or whatever. Like she literally does mention that in the reunion show.
For as long as we can, and we will do the same.
But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it is kind of the same thing. But even then, though, stripping for chocolate peanut butter wasn't even like that wasn't like a funny moment though, right? Where it's like the Rich thing, like people thought that was funny that Rich was nude all the time. Where like with Jenna and Heidi, it was like, oh my God, it's two hot women stripping for peanut butter. Like that's hot, I guess. Even though again, it's like also it's like if you look at this like practically, it's like is it really not great to see like two like malnutrition women after like 20 days on an island without any food. But I don't know. Oh, you're back, Survivor. Yeah, you're back just in time to talk about the Sue situation on All Stars. What a great conversation to have. He probably also missed the stream crashing due to reasons that I still don't even know why it crashed. But it's funny when you look at like, so I will be talking about America's Tribal Council in the All Stars video. But it's funny looking at like what was nominated for awards and everything. Or like greatest survivor moments. Was what was it? It was the snakes and rats speech, which that's genuine. Okay. Scoop and falling the fire, which like again wouldn't be on my list, but I can get it. But then it's Jenna and Heidi stripping for peanut butter, chocolate and peanut butter, which like I guess that's a top 5 moment in Survivor history. And then you got the dead grandma lie. Okay, that's generally good. But then the winner is fucking Rupert stealing shoes at the beginning of Pearl Island, which it's like I don't know if that would even make my like top 20 moments. That's not even like I don't even think that's my top 5 Rupert moment of the season. Let alone best moment in Survivor history. Respect to Butch for covering his eyes. I guess so. I like also it's like how much did you even like really get to see, considering you were on the like perch and everything. Yeah, I say in the video that I think the Sue episode is probably the worst episode in Survivor history. And I don't know if I fully stand by that, but I think it probably is.
The townspeople.
Or like I don't know what episode would be worse.
I don't hear any fighting.
Because the thing is, it's
What do you think?
like when it's not about the Sue situation, it's boring. But then when it is about the Sue situation, it's about the Sue situation, which is icky. I guess like the one little like goodish moment is that isn't that the episode with the Colby Sheehan fight? Let's see. I think that's the same episode. So it's like that's kind of an okay moment.
Natalie, I
Where is
owe you
it?
an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no
There,
line
episode
to
6.
hold.
Yeah. So that's the episode with the
saved
Colby
us,
Sheehan
right?
fight, which like okay, that's an okay moment.
We all
Outside that though, it's like really not much else.
Seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they
Like
both have.
it's the first episode where Rob and Amber make the final 4 with Jenna and Rupert. That's something.
Joining us either.
By the way, also, I think this is something that's not really talked about. The episode ends on like such a weird point too, where like it's literally. Oh, yeah, this is also the weird thing too. I didn't even mention this when talking about it. Is that like, see, yeah, they get so like they later at the end of the episode do a moment of silence for Sue, which like you think that okay, they're genuinely doing a moment of silence for Sue until like in the middle of it, Rob jokes about how it's like, oh, too bad we don't have any whiskey, and then Big Tom proceeds to dance around being happy that Sue's gone. And then we see Boston Rob eating rice, to which he says that this is what Survivor's all about, and that's the end of the episode. It's like, what a weird ending to the episode. Yeah, it's like I don't know. Like I don't know what they were doing.
Our friends seem to have things under control.
But it's like also an episode where like the pacing is also really fucked because obviously like the Sue quit happens at the reward challenge. So they had to fill out the entire episode with the content from pre-reward challenge. Which that's also something I mentioned in the video that like I never actually thought about until I was like starting to make the video is how like really Jenna and Sue are essentially Survivor's like first true quits. Where before that, like obviously the Austin quit is the first official quit, but like even that's like not really a quit. It's a quit that happens at Tribal, where he was already going to be voted out anyway. It's simply a quit because Jeff Probst was upset at Austin essentially, and they wanted to make an example of him. But like Jenna and like Sue are the first like actual genuine quits from the game, to where at that point he actually messes with the schedule. And like those are the first 2 points where we actually get episodes that have like fucked up pacing because of the quits. Where because of the Jenna quit, the episode ends with the immunity challenge, which means all the content of the episode has to be pre-immunity challenge, which also is weird too because the reward challenge was the Home Depot like build a shelter one, which also means that they essentially never leave their camp until the very end of the episode. And then the Sue episode is one where again it happens at the reward challenge, so like that fucks up with their timing there too.
word on the rest of the realm.
And I never thought about it this way either, though. But like, I think that's also like the first point where production probably realizes that, yeah, what were we doing having 16-person seasons? That is probably a mistake in the case that we get these quits like we did here. That like, imagine like what would All Stars have yeah, like I don't know what they would have done if they didn't have 2 extra people there. I mean, to be fair, it probably doesn't change that much because like at the end of the day, the season was always planned for more episodes.
Thank you, Otto.
But still, I think that probably like the fact that they got 2 quits in a row on that season were probably like was probably the thing that like alerted production the fact that like, oh, we can't do 16-person seasons anymore. And like technically, yes, they do it in Panama and in Tocantins.
Who served as Ultima's puppet.
But it would not surprise me if that was the reason why Vanuatu was 18 people. Is because they were like, well, fuck, what happens if we get quits and stuff?
Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him.
Could they do impromptu outcast twists? They probably could, but even then, that would be even more unfair than the actual outcast twist. Or like the actual outcast twist, like, okay, obviously, like, it is unfair the fact that they got to spend time at Ponderosa, but at least they were given rations. Like this would be like an even more unfair version where like they could actually like just straight up eat regular food,
Joshua,
and like get back to normal life until the point where the quit happened, where they like changed their mind. I guess like in a way, like could they have like added in like some sort of Redemption Island post merge? Like obviously Redemption Island wasn't a concept yet, but yeah, maybe they could have like thought of that, but I think they probably just would have. It is weird too because like you see in like Nicaragua, even with that, like the schedule for Nicaragua is like really fucked by the Nyanka and Kelly Purple quit. Mind you, that happened like so late in the season where they couldn't really do much about it, which is probably why it fucks it up so much because they already got rid of their double boot.
Crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you. Even if that means.
But what if New Era had an America's Tribal Council? That could be funny.
But why me?
To like run through that.
To such a creature.
What did I did add a America's Tribal video to the schedule, or not to the schedule, to the list of video ideas. What was it? Oh, what I would have voted for. I think that's why I put it.
All dominants carry within them the might of an icon.
Yeah, like, yeah, who would win like sexiest like guy and sexiest woman nowadays?
I wield fire and only fire.
And I only ice.
I don't even know what would win, to be
8
honest.
wardens for 8 elements.
Who's really like I feel like obviously Survivor doesn't really like objectify their players anymore.
You are different.
To where
Special.
yeah, like I don't even know like who would really even be in the running for like those sort of things nowadays.
The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything
Kavler,
knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one.
Imagine imagine if Gabler was nominated for sexiest man. That would be funny.
I've encountered that thing several times now.
Like just of the new era, like who would win sexiest guy of the new era?
As he did the boy.
Like, from a public vote, it'd probably be like Jonathan or Xander, right? I like from a general audience perspective, that'll probably be the picks.
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what
yeah, I think it'd probably be one of those two. For woman, who would win sexiest woman of the new era?
I'm sorry. Inside you.
Yeah, who would really win? Like, would it just be like Cassidy?
And though the Phoenix's flames mend the
but like, I feel like the public wouldn't vote for Cassidy. I mean, at least I don't think it should be like a top pick. But it's like I don't know how many other like true options are there.
What were you thinking?
Of people you would think would like traditionally be picked for sexiest woman.
And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Surprised they don't do a participation. Warren's a fan favorite.
Joshua. Clive, it's Gav.
Maddie, but like Maddie's like a first
There's an
boot
army
though.
of Akashic at the gates of
Like it's
hell.
tough for like a first boot to win an award like that. I feel like it would like tip because like was anyone even nominated in the American Shop Council that was like an early boot? I guess Sarah Jones was, right? Still, Sarah Jones wasn't winning. By the way, I still find it funny. I think I talked about this already on stream at one point. But I do find it so funny that like Erin Collins got nominated as sexiest women when like one of her big things was that she didn't want to be objectified on the show, and that's why she wore like she usually wore like a lot of clothing during most points in the
We have to get
season.
them out of there.
Tori, Sydney, yeah, I guess.
Otto,
I think
prepare us,
probably Cass would win
Tell
though.
Garrett to stay
Cassidy would
exactly
win though.
where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds
Actually, what would
like a
even win
question
like
for the
best
night.
fight? Like what fights have we had? I guess we've had like what, like
Through Tabor.
James versus
Should
Owen,
provide
right?
the
That was
least
a fight.
trouble.
Have we really had many other fights?
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua. Bet
I don't know. They include Ponderosa because Ponderosa had like Shan versus Danny. But dang it, only one season had Ponderosa of the new era.
Were Taya not such a talented healer?
Now, what would be the best moment of the new era?
To agree. But thanks to her ministration,
It'd probably be like the Cody blindside, right? I think that would be like the genuine answer, but what would win the fan poll? It would probably be like something random, like something Carolyn related.
Right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Oh yeah, there was a... Wasn't even that big of a fight though, but yeah, like Shan and Ricard got annoyed at each other.
Look after him.
But like still, that wasn't really like a fight, right? Xander Nod's power. Yeah, that would definitely be up there too. Yeah, that would probably actually win because it involves Xander, which I think people like Xander more than they like Jesse in terms of like the general like audience. Oh, we did get Jam Jam versus Josh, right? That was a fight. What mission am I at? This is what, Cloak and Daggers. I don't remember what this mission entails. Either way. Jonathan, oh yeah, that would probably be nominated. Jonathan, that challenge. I don't know if Josh's Fake Idol would be nominated. I don't think they would. Like, I don't get the sense that that's something like production would nominate. Yeah, I think like if we're picking 5 things, that would be nominated. I think, yeah, Knowledge is Power. The Cody Blindside. I think Jonathan in the challenge. Would Marianne's move make it from a production standpoint? Possibly.
The 4 of us out walking.
Something Carolyn related has to be on there, right? I think they would definitely put something Carolyn related. I don't think they would put the Ellie Blindside.
Sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Candle was attacked, she will already have...
But I think they would like really try to shoehorn in something Carolyn related.
Pick up the pace.
Didn't Jeff Probst talk about how like wasn't it the Carolyn finding an idol scene that's like one of his favorite scenes or something? That was the thing, right? On the On Fire podcast. I don't think they loved the Heidi giving up immunity as like that much.
Assuming they would allow it. The echoes have
I think they liked it for sure, obviously, but like I think like when thinking of like moments from 44 or like things from 44, I think they just love the Tika 3 so much that I feel like they got to put something there. Oh yeah, Noel's comeback, yeah, that would probably be on there. I kind of forgot about that, to be honest.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
I think that's the thing with 44 though, that like it's just like a season that has like so little like big moments in my mind. It's like it has these like all-time great characters with like Carol and Jam Jam, but like I just don't like know what like big like character moment really comes from them. I guess with Carolyn you do have like the reward. I don't know if they would include that as a best moment of Matt falling off the rock.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Would they include like the Bruce medevac on there? Still probably not, right? What were the other awards? It was what, best fight, Sexy Skies. Oh, best villain, right? Best villain was the other one. Which is also weird. Like, why didn't they do best hero? I guess it's because like best hero to them is essentially just a fan favorite award. And like, to be fair, Rupert would just won anyway.
There are a few places I haven't.
No need to ride from here.
But yeah, I never thought about that. Yeah, like, why didn't they do a best hero?
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She
I don't think they care enough about Brandon's idol to list that as like a best moment. Best villain was The Rock. I mean, that could be something. Well, who would actually get nominated for best villain? I think like, actually, I don't know. It's like who they want. Like the thing is, like they don't like to classify people as villains anymore, right? But I guess you could like put like Omer on there. I guess like Jesse, you can end up putting him on there. I don't know. Would you put Shan on there? Dre see, they don't look at Dre. They would look at Dre as like the biggest hero. Like Dre would be nominated for best hero if there was an award for it from production standpoint.
Charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, keeper of the flame of the
thing is, I don't know how much they like Tori though, to even like bother nominating her.
It all makes sense now.
I'm not quite sure on Ellie either.
Would you care to elaborate?
Yeah, like who got nominated for the actual award? It was
to the ducal throne.
I know Fair Play, Rob C, Brian.
They have served our family for generations.
I assume Hatch was, right?
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and
Who else was
enactment of the
there?
rites of ancestral communion.
Jerry, oh yeah, Jerry,
After the
and
events
then
of
Boss
Phoenix
Rob.
Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote
Yeah, let's
has
see what the
been
other
my
noms were
constant
just in general.
companion and
Yeah, why do
protector.
they have so many nominations for sexiest? Actually, I just realized this. It's sexiest survivor men, but then hottest survivor women. Why wasn't it also sexiest survivor women? Like, why did they change the branding there? Or why isn't it hottest survivor men? Like, why they put two different like adjectives at the beginning?
I owe you a debt I can never repay.
But whatever.
I but did my duty.
By the way, I also find it funny that like Rob versus Clay made the top 5 on best fights.
Your Grace.
Like that wasn't even a fight. Like they didn't
Tis as I
fight.
feared.
Like Rob grabbed Clay by the neck and then bashed Clay after the challenge. It's like that's not a fight.
It was the Einherjar.
But I don't know, whatever.
Beyond any doubt.
Oh, I could see them playing the Do or Die. Yeah, I could see them doing that. Or them putting like Erica on Hourglass or whatever, or like breaking the Hourglass. I could see them playing that as a great moment.
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement,
Would Rob have won Best Survivor Player?
I sensed the malign influence of Ultima.
Maybe at that point. I don't know. I think they would still like. I think if you put Rupert in the poll, I think Rupert would have won. The question is, do you put Rupert in the poll? If you don't, then I could see Rob winning that at that point.
It is Waloed knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them?
So yeah, like the 4 like fan favorite people were Rupert, Colby, Rob, and Tom.
Barnabas Thumb.
Which like I'm kind of surprised that like Tom himself was like surprised that he was there. Like, you know, a little bit surprised he's there, and also surprised that Rob made the list. But I guess like who else would you expect to make the list is the question.
But are we truly safe here in the
Because like I wonder like who was like 5th place.
all the more reason
Like because also it's like it was only limited to the All-Star cast, right?
you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
So like who are the people that you like would have expected to be there but weren't there? I guess like Kathy, I guess like Ethan. Maybe Sheehan. Sheehan was surprisingly popular, it seemed like, based on the reunion show. Or like yeah, like they really Rudy too. Forgot about Rudy. But yeah, like they really like cheered when they like called on Sheehan during the reunion show, which I was surprised by. By the way, this is also a thing I haven't talked about with Soraya Quebec that I've noticed. That, yeah, I feel like, not the greatest look that of the 3 POCs on the cast, which again, like the the diversity on the cast is not great. But even then, of the 3 POCs on the cast, 2 of them are the bottom 2 in the professional count by a lot. Like, at the point that I'm at right now, both Kimberly and PA have like 9 and 8 confessionals respectively. Well, the next lowest is at 17. Like, that's pretty bad. I feel like that's not a good look. To have like two of the 3 POCs at the bottom of the confessional count by a lot. I get like diversity and like how much diversity is there really in Quebec. Like, I can get why there's not a lot of diversity, but I think it is a bad look to like not even show your diverse players. Like having 2 of your 3 diverse players on the bottom of the confessional count.
Wear the colors of Waloed.
I don't think Sylvan is.
So you do not deny it.
He doesn't look like it. Like, I would assume he's just, yeah, like, has a French background.
Enough.
90% Quebec is white, yeah. See, like, I understand that in terms of, like, I don't think they could even really do a truly diverse cast when, like, it is like a relative. I guess there are 6 million people. I didn't realize there were that many people. Oh no, according to this, there's 8 million. But still, actually, there's way more people in Quebec than I thought. But either way,
the girl is still here, somewhere in the city. Her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's.
Yeah, I see ethnic origin: 60% Canadian, 28% French, 5% Irish, 4% Italian.
See that he is made welcome.
So yeah.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Like, I get having no diversity or like very little diversity, but still, it's like you can at least show the people that are diverse from your cast.
Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
Yeah, that is the thing that Sue regretted quitting and wanted to come back to the game. To which the producers asked the players if she wanted in. They said no, and obviously she wasn't allowed back in. Yeah, that is the thing.
So then,
yeah, I guess just me becoming woke. Me noticing that the 2 of the black people in the cast are at the bottom of the special count.
I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What
top 10 what?
Show them.
Oh, your top 10 episodes rewatch. Those are all very good. And yeah, Dead Man Walking's the Jeff Kent boot, right? Banana Etiquette's obviously Banana Etiquette. Martyr Approach, obviously very good. Girl for Grudge, great. Girls Gone, okay, I think Girls Gone Wild is probably the one I would fight with. I'm not like, I don't love that episode. It's funny when people cry. That's a Tyson boot, right? That's good. I don't know if I would have it that high, but it's a good episode. $1 million gamble, I assume. But yeah, good episode. I think it tastes better than $500. Good episode. Again, I don't know if I would have it that high, but still very good. Do or Die from Kagyan, very good. And then, yeah, create like a lot of chaos. It's very good. Yeah, I mean, I think the term, like, whenever I say the word woke, it's like ironic. Like, I just think it's like a funny term. Like, it's not. Yeah, it doesn't really mean anything. Quebec is almost a fourth of Canada's population. That's pretty insane. Like, I did look this up the other day of like Canada, the population of Canada. Oh, I forgot. This is why, because I was watching BB Can and like Adele was like saw like by the way, that's one of the funniest things about BB Can too is the like the fan meter that they do. Where like when the fan meter reaches like a certain amount of points, they release a new twist, which is essentially just them releasing a new twist and just make it seem like fans had an input in it. But it's like, it's funny that they show this meter to the players without any context, and you see them like initially like celebrate when it hit like 1 million, when like they didn't even know what the fuck that even meant. And then by the time it gets like at the end of the season where it hits 20 million, like Adele is like the only person still celebrating, and like he seems to like genuinely think that, oh, it's 20 million people watching us right now, and And I was like, dude, there's like barely 20 million people in Canada. How the fuck are you thinking there's 20 million people watching you right now? Especially when you're on Slice. You're not even on like a main network.
Ever been my brother's duty, remember?
If that is your wish, your grace.
I think it would have been a bigger advantage if Suri had Paul's powers without Jared in the house. No, I think it's a bigger advantage to have Jared.
You have my word.
Like, Jared's just like an ally that you never gonna go against you. And while I think he obviously could like potentially fuck things up moving forward, I just think having like someone that you can explicitly trust that is never going to go against you in the game is something that's just so powerful, especially when they were initially on the other side and they were leaking information to you. Terraria is almost 40%. Province is not even 0.5%. How is that a thing? How's there an entire province and you're not even 0.5% of the population? That's kind of insane.
Let's find our friends.
Corey's blind spot is Jared and Nicole. Yeah, I think more so Jared. I mean, like Nicole, like definitely is a blind spot, but I don't think it's one that's gonna play that big of a factor on him. But I think the Jared one is definitely going to. Yeah, I believe he's from PEI. Yeah, how many people are on PEI? Is it really that small? Wow, 156,000 people.
And I her, which is why I had to let
Yeah, that is kind of insane. I'm pretty sure the city I live in has more people than that. Yeah, well more than that. So yeah, that's kind of funny. That is kind of insane though when you think about like that many people, because like really that is a lot of people still though. Like obviously, like I mean, like kind of isn't, but like it is though. It's like, can you imagine like you just interacting with 150,000 people? It's like it is still like a lot of people. But it's like it's weird when you think about like just how many people live in like these big cities. Or like how many people live in New York again? It's like millions, right? Yeah, like 8.4 million people live in New York City. Like that's pretty insane to think about. That many people live in like that small of a like plot of land.
Reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill. Charged with
Who the fuck is this guy, by the way? Like, I mean, I know who this guy is, but like, I don't feel like this guy doesn't play any like factor into the. Oh, I was talking about New York City.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation
But
into
still.
Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters are
Actually, wait, I just realized, is that really the population of New York City is 20 million people? That means like 40% of the state lives in New York City.
Nearly enough, milady.
Yeah, that's actually stupid. That's the case. That 40% of the entire state lives in like just the one city.
I see.
Like, how many people live in LA? Well, then California is a much bigger state, though, right?
But you may now think of them as ours.
39 million.
That won't be a problem.
Oh, only 3.8 million people live in LA. I thought way more than that. Huh. Yeah, so New York's definitely like the most like
It is from the darkness
like has the highest like density then, right? Man, that's just so weird to think about that many people live there. 67% of Arizona's population live in the Phoenix area. That's pretty insane too. Actually, yeah, there's
if there is nothing further.
There's actually wait, Phoenix though has like, well, I guess it's probably like Phoenix, like it's probably like, or not Phoenix. I mean Arizona. I was gonna say Arizona has pretty big cities outside of Phoenix, but now I think about it, I think it's probably just like areas like right outside of Phoenix, where it's like still considered the same like area. Yeah, I've never really thought about that. 90% of people in Nevada live in Reno or Los. I guess that's too fair. That's probably, yeah. That actually, it's two cities, so I guess that makes sense. But still, it is weird when you think about that. just like how like centralized like society is nowadays. How just like so many people live in like cities, or at least like
Come on.
close enough to one. Yeah, I think we've gotten to that point in stream where I'm talking about geography. By the way, I guess we're not doing a draft tonight. I was actually like open to doing one, but we're at 2:30 in the morning at this point. We're definitely not doing one at this point. But I love like, yeah, like I guess time flew by with my talk of geography. How long did that first part of the stream go for? I see we're an hour and 10 into this one, but how long was the first one? Oh, that was like over 2 hours. I didn't realize it was that long.
Smoke. Is the city fallen?
Oh yeah, we're about to get to Evenfall or Evenfall. Oh, so we did get through this pretty quickly. Okay. What is this? Canada's population map? Half of Canada just lives there.
The free men are still holding their own then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others
Yeah, that's
There's a warehouse near the
just
docks.
weird. When you think. I mean, to be fair, I mean, like, yeah, who is living in like
We should hurry.
the upper parts of Canada? But still, it is really weird when you think about like how much land in Canada is probably just empty. Better at comps, just BB Can 10 or Santina BB Can 11? Probably Santina, right? I don't know. Just was okay. Capital Florida, it's Tallahassee, right? What's funny, actually, this is something I probably shouldn't be saying because it's gonna make me look like an idiot. But I love like there's like a lot of like really obvious like facts that I feel like I've kind of forgotten at this point. Now that I'm like so far removed from like school and like that sort of stuff. Or like I actually had to think for a bit about how many letters there are in the alphabet. Or like I was doing the like obviously I mentioned this earlier that I wanted to do a video of like every video, like the best video game by letter or whatever. And I had to think for a while, like, wait, 26 letters? Is that right? That feels wrong for a little bit. And I was like, oh, wait, no, that is right.
Is that who I think it is? Yes.
But again, I do want to do that video. It's just I need to play a game with an X in it. A game that starts with an X. Which, like, Xenoblade would be the easy one to do, but, like, I don't have a Switch.
Everyone calls me mid.
Everyone calls her mid.
Hey?
Let's see. Games that start with X. Like XCOM. Do I own XCOM? Well, I own XCOM 2. I guess I could play that. Just for sake of a... Oh, X-Men. Oh, yeah, X-Men games.
Uncle Byron.
Well, actually, I just realized, have I not played an X-Men game? X-Men Wolverine's supposed to be good, right? But I think it's kind of expensive. Yeah, I could play the Wii version of Xenoblade Chronicles. How much is Xenoblade Chronicles? Let's look this up. Imagine me like actually buying Xenoblade Chronicles just for the fact that I want to make this video. Which like is a video that I don't even necessarily even need to buy Xenoblade for. I'm just like doing it for the sake of it, I guess.
Your man here speaks true, Clive. We saw more than a few in the city. They moved in ranks with a purpose.
Alright, Xenoblade Chronicles Wii. Oh, you can get a new copy for $24. That's actually not that bad. I was expecting to be way more than that.
What of the city? The people?
Dead, mostly.
Mostly, but not all. A handful managed to lock themselves in their
Here's a new copy for what, $22?
District to the west and a few others on the far bank.
Oh, it's like a. Well, I mean that's fine though, right? It's like a Saudi Arabia copy. Like that's really random. But I would assume it has English on it. Actually, but then again, aren't Wii's region locked?
We need to find them. And quick.
Forgot about that. I think that is the case, that we are region locked.
We split into two parties.
Let's see.
I will make for the merchants district, while you look to those across the river.
Yeah, we are region locked, so you do need a US version.
Mind keeping an eye on my brother?
Not
So that's annoying.
We find the villa and try the servants'
But
entrance.
still, there's a used copy for 25. That's not bad. Yeah, I just assumed Xenoblade would be more expensive than that.
The ship,
I guess it's because like they're available on like Switch, which probably like lowers the value. Or like I'm sure like Lost Story, was that the name of that game?
You leave that to me.
And like Pandora's Tower, those games, like because those are like these like Wii games that were released in like in a very similar way. They were like these late Wii exclusive RPGs, where I'm sure those go for more money because like those aren't available on other consoles. Let's see, Pandora's Tower, Wii. How much is that?
And you keep.
Yeah, that's like $100.
Be careful.
Or like 80.
Both of you.
You too.
Yeah, Last Story was the other one. How much is that? Yeah, like 75, 80. Yeah, so those are more expensive, but yeah, Xenoblade is relatively cheap. Oh yeah, Persona 5 is the P.
Let's find those survivors.
Pick. I think Bailey would vote Tyler over JC. Bailey almost voted for Tyler over Casey. Well, she talked about that she like was actually considering switching to Tyler based on the final jury questioning. New alliance formed called For Real. Corey America. Oh yeah, that's the alliance I was seeing earlier. Yeah, I did see that. No, because JC gets Brett, and then JC gets Haley as well. Wow, I'm doing really shit here. Yeah, JC beats like both Tyler and Casey. Because JC always had the votes of Fessy, Scotty, Haley, plus Rockstar, and then plus Brett. I mean, like, I assume JC's not going to have as bad of a final performance as Casey. So that was, like, a lot of the reason why she flips was also because of how bad Casey was. So I feel like when you have JC, who has, like, a lot to also claim strategically in the game, I feel like she would still end up voting for JC. No, I mentioned this before. I actually think Survivor's a better game for Suri. Because the problem with Big Brother is that it's so reliant on competition wins, especially in the end game, to where I think that's really like not good for Suri. Is like I feel like the early game here, obviously this is like a point where Suri's gonna thrive. But I do feel like the end game is where we're gonna see Suri have a bit more issues. But at the same time, it's like she does have Jared in there, who could probably win the competitions for her. And like at the end of the day, competitions aren't as physical as Survivor for the most part. However, endgame comps typically do end up being a lot more physical, as we've seen with like a lot of recent seasons, which is why like Monty goes on this like massive comp run at the end, and why Xavier does and whatnot. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Sam also votes for JC over Tyler, and JC over Casey as well. I mean, Terry was because of the idol, not because of him winning immunity. Where even if Terry had just won immunity and didn't have the idol, like, actually, I guess like, wait, no, it's because he. Well, actually, yeah, I guess it would have been. Oh no, yeah, because he didn't win immunity at 4. Yeah, because he just wouldn't have been voted out at 4. So yeah, it was because of the idol at 4, not because of him winning immunity. And I don't think Brad winning out had any factor on Suri. To where, like, that had no factor. I mean, it did in the fact that obviously, like, he was the only person that wasn't immune. But, like, in terms of, like, where the game was going, like, I think the game was going in that direction even if Suri had immunity or not. And, like, even at the end of the day, like, I don't think Suri was getting to the end anyway. No one was taking Suri to the end of the game on Game Changers. Yeah, but Danielle would have taken Suri to the end, though, over Aris. And Suri would have probably won against Danielle.
What happened to the Royal Army? There's nothing but monsters here.
I think Suri's spot could blown up if everyone throws the HOH to her. But no one's going to. She doesn't even want to win HOH herself, right? I should have flushed Harry's idol. They would need to split the vote. Well, no, because he had immunity the entire time. They couldn't flush his idol. Like, literally the only time he's not immune is Final Four, right? But again, they couldn't split between Terry because Terry was always immune. But he literally won the first 5 immunity challenges of the season. So he literally wasn't immune until, well, I mean, technically Final 3, but like Final 4, but then he had the idol. Which was still eligible to be played at Final 4 for whatever reason. Yeah, so I think what we're going to do with this stream here is at least finish this mission. Yeah, at least one to finish Season's Fall. Which I just realized, like, I don't feel like we made that much progress this stream, did we? Because I think I wanted to get to when we were, like, preparing the boat and everything. But, whatever. Yeah, I want to look this up of my previous playthrough. Oh, I never did talk about this. I did finish Jedi Survivors the last time I streamed, which was kind of bad. Not real. Like, it's not actually genuinely bad, but not really my type of game, I guess. Actually, I just realized, yeah, like, based on my previous playthrough, we only have, like, 6-ish hours after this mission, so I guess this is a fine spot to end this. Fish Guardians of the Galaxy? What'd you think? I don't even remember what I thought of the narrative of Guardians of the Galaxy at this point, but I think my opinions of Guardians of the Galaxy were, like, very similar to that of, like, Jedi Fallen Order. Like, okay, it's a good game. Is it, like, the best game in the world? No. But it's, like, again, it's a functional game. It does, like, it's good enough. To be fair, it's probably more functional than Jedi Fallen Order. No, we never did do a draft. Or I kind of forgot that we didn't do one until, like, I don't know, what, 10, 15 minutes ago, and I was like, oh, well, I guess it's kind of too late now. Did Aris vote Suri out? Like, Aris was never going to vote Suri out. Okay, Aris and Danielle were both going to take Suri to the final 2. If R doesn't win immunity at 4, does he get voted out? Yeah. Wait, so if Terry still has his idol, so who are we saying wins immunity though? Like if Terry wins immunity, then he probably gives his idol to Danielle, and Suri probably is like forced to vote out Aris. That's probably what happens.
That sounded big.
Yeah, like if Danielle wins immunity, then obviously Terry has. It's the same thing. Yeah, if Danielle wins immunity, it's the same thing. So yeah, I think either way, yeah, Aris probably would have gone home. Big Brother game, Ray Barton, and Game Changers and Heroes of Villains. I don't know. I mean, like it's probably too early to say, but based on the trajectory we see our game going, probably. Yeah, ending. I remember I feel like I remember like aspects of the ending, but I don't remember like my exact details on, like my exact opinions on it. But I remember like feeling it was like strange. But I did want to play Guardians of the Galaxy at some point on stream, and I just like never got around to it. But I don't know. I'll play at some point probably. Could end up being her best game? I mean, potentially. Like if she wins, especially. I mean, I think for sure. I mean, like, are we including the Traitors and all that? Because I think the Traitors like a near flawlessly played game there. So maybe not as good as the Traitors, just due to the fact that we're obviously seeing a lot more for flaws. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to a sequel. It's just it's probably not happening at this point, right? I guess there's a chance still because like Embracer now owns the rights to it, right? But again, you would assume a lot of that's like in limbo. Like Trade's an easier game, probably. But I feel like the fact that she ends up getting a sole win on that season though is pretty impressive.
This is the Agora, where the city's leaders gather. There may still be survivors inside.
Yeah, Cody sucked at the Traitors. Where am I going? But again, I mentioned before that like I don't really hold anything like against him from like a social strategy aspect though for his performance on Traitors. Like I don't think it really affects my assessment of him as a Big Brother player.
Where are they?
Is this the boss battle? I guess not.
These creatures. Was Ultima's rage extended?
This just happened? What was this? Oh, yeah, we talked about this a second ago. Oh, I just realized, so America is in this. Like, I knew America was being talked about as like a potential, like, extra person. But it's just, so she's actually in the official alliance? That's interesting. So now Suri's officially in an alliance with every member of the cast, right? Actually, no, is she in an alliance with Cameron, now that I think about it? I don't think she is formally in one, is she? Do I think Sandra would have fared better on Big Brother over Survivor AU? Oh, definitely, yeah. Big Brother over Australian Survivor, yeah. I thought you were going to ask would she have fared better than Suri on Big Brother, which I don't think so. But yeah, I think she definitely would have done better in Big Brother than she would have on Australian Survivor. But Cam's not even in the Professors, though. Like, not officially. Like, does anyone even, like, do people even know that he knows about the Professors? I mean, I think they do, right? But still, like, he was even supposed to even know about the Professors.
You've caused quite the commotion.
Here we go, now boss battle.
But then I would expect no less from you, Muthos.
You again. I don't
Is that
believe
a
we've been
record?
introduced.
Potentially. Of having alliance with
You were in
everybody.
my family's crypt, and now you're here. With an
Especially like at a point where like no one's like coming after you. Because obviously like Frenchie essentially end up having deals with literally everybody, right? But like that didn't work out too well.
Unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness.
Oh, I forgot about Heisem. Yeah, I forgot about that. That Heisem did like officially leak the professors to everybody.
What?
And they are all that remains.
Yeah, that was a funny little moment of her like lashing out Heisem. I actually do genuinely feel bad for Heisem, even though I think he had like a lot of it coming to him based on how he like talks to people and everything. I still feel bad for Heisem. Like I was watching feeds for first like hour or so after the veto ceremony, and yeah, I just felt bad for him. Like you can just tell how much he's like genuinely hurt by this. And yeah, for like Izzy to like lash out on him there, it's like, yeah, I feel bad for him.
Or not. As long as you don't hold back.
Nice try.
I do genuinely like Heisem on the show though. I am gonna miss him when he's gone. Where I think to me that's been like some of the like my favorite moments from watching the actual television show is like Heisem's DRs. Just how awkward they are. Yeah, and that's why I was mentioning earlier that I can get why they can be lower on Izzy from a Stockwatch perspective. Because, yeah, I think for Izzy in particular, getting rid of Heisem is like even worse of a move. Considering that, like, yeah, the Heisem Izzy was his, like, #1. But I still think giving Izzy a 3 is kind of ridiculous. When you're giving, like, Suri a fucking 9. Or even when you're giving, like, Felicia, like, a 7. Like, I feel like the fact that Izzy is even, like, a 5 is kind of stupid. We're rooting for Izzy Red final to look like SA Philippines. I mean, I for some reason suspect Red won't make it that far. I would love it if Izzy made final 2 though. That'd be so much fun.
You will forgive me if my performance seems uninspired. It is just that I expected so much more from our chosen one. Perhaps
If Rob was there instead of Suri, still with Jared, would he have the same control? Which Rob are we talking about? Are we talking Boston Rob? I don't see Boston Rob bonding that well with this group, right? Like, who's Boston Rob working with if he's on this season? Like, I think probably, like, Cameron, I could see Boston Rob working with. At least, actually, I don't know. Can he? I feel like, actually, maybe Cameron would, like, kind of annoy him. Yeah, like, who does Boston Rob work with in this cast? Like, now I'm, like, genuinely thinking about it. I don't even know who he actually works with. Like, maybe, like, the Jag, Blue, Riley side of things? Yeah, like, maybe that grouping he would work with, and, like, Matt. Like, that's essentially kind of his, like, Redemption Island crew, right? But also, he's gotten, like, even older since then, which I think makes it kind of even weirder. Like, how old is Boston Rob now? Boston Rob's, like, what, like, 45 or something? More than that, right? Because it's been 20 years since All-Stars. And an All-Star, or almost 20 years. And All-Stars, he was what, like 26, 27? So like, he's definitely like nearing 50.
One is
Imagine Philip Shepard playing Big Brother. That would be funny. Imagine Izzy, like, I don't know, is Izzy the type of person that would stand Boston Rob, though? I don't know if I see Izzy being a Boston Rob stan. Maybe Corey, though. Actually, I don't know. I feel like Corey's the type of person that Boston Rob wouldn't want to work with, though. Like, has Boston Rob ever worked with, like, the nerdy, like, archetype? Not really, right? Or, like, even Adam. He didn't trust Adam at all. Despite Adam actually wanting to work with him at points. Coach on live feeds? That'd be great. We need Coach on Big Brother. Natalie Ashton could legitimately be on Big Brother, right? Like, she did openly say that she wanted to be on. Like, after Winners Award. Like, she did say that she would do Big Brother. And would, like, finish up the, like, the trifecta. It's a shame that she hasn't been on. Oh yeah, I think he probably would work with Jared, right? Would he recognize Jared though? I don't think so, right? Because like Foster Rob isn't like this guy that's going to a lot of charity events. And also, like, him and Suri don't really have any, like, true connective tissue, right? So, yeah, I don't expect that Basra would even know that Jared is Suri's son. Want a Big Brother vs. Survivor season of what, Big Brother? I think that could be interesting. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to more reality showdown seasons, but it seems like they kind of just dropped that concept after Amazing Race. I mean, obviously we have Challenge USA, which is essentially the same thing for the Challenge, but again, it would be cool to see it on like a pure soul strategy game.
The vessel is strong.
Biggest improvement to Suri's game changers? I don't know. Is there any? I think she's like largely just plays the same. Where I think the way she's playing this season is essentially the same way she's played the Traders, and I think, like I think with Game Changers it was kind of a different situation because she initially had a target on her back and had to play from the bottom at the very beginning. But still, like by the time of the merge, she kind of has the same strategy that she's having now of like aligning with the likes. I guess to be fair, she is out of the loop a lot, but even then, like I don't know if that's like because of necessarily like her changing her game or anything on Game Changers.
I fear we were all too late.
I think Suri like kind of just has the same strategy on like every season she's on.
What's wrong? Nothing. I hope.
Yeah, that's something I didn't pick up on though. Is that Sleipnir is just the Ultima clone or whatever? Imagine Boss Rob is the first boot, and like he's in the chair, and she's like, "Oh, did you know that Jared is Suri's son?" Indeed. Imagine like Julie Chen is still revealing that to the players, even if Suri's not in the house. Like she just would have randomly revealed, "Oh, did you know that Jared is Suri's son?" And, like half the people would be like, "Who the fuck is Suri?" Here we go. First fight with Barnabas. That isn't even a fight, considering we don't fight him in gameplay. Biggest buzz of 2023, Suri on Big Brother, probably. Again, I said this before, I'm going to keep this in the title the entire time Suri is on Big Brother. Is keeping the Suri feels on Big Brother in caps. That's just going to be part of the stream title until she's gone. Jag is a version of Herman, yeah. I think it's one that got kicked out of the majority way earlier, and then isn't as
Wild and impetuous. I expected more
like
of the
isn't
boy
as
who
strong
bested my
at
Lord
like
Commander.
rebuilding alliances. It's like Herman, even after the Kyle Moore situation happened, he was still able to rebuild slightly. But like Jag just seems to like. I see for Jag is obviously like part of alliances now, like Suri and Felicia and like all that stuff. But like, it still feels like he's playing from the bottom.
The Lord's vessel, your purpose.
Or like Herman was on top for a bit more of the season.
To surrender my mind and body to that thing.
No, there's never gonna. They would never mention Corey and Zach. I love it, like the Twitter, the BB Twitter, like the actual official account mentioned, like the sibling rivalry between Zach and Cody, or Cody, Zach and Corey. But like the show itself isn't mentioning it at all.
You would allow this
Like a combined list of every Big Brother player and every Survivor player would Dan be number one? Probably not.
Your
I don't know.
volition is a cancer.
I think you can make the argument. Yeah, it is a pretty, yeah, I think I can make the argument. I think Dan would be the only Big Brother player to elevate beyond a lot of the Survivor players, though. Because I think it would have been funnier if Corey's name was Cody. I think that way RHP would have been using the My Brother Cody sound clip a lot more.
Joshua!
Is Suri the best? What's that? Mother, father, BB, I guess. I mean, like, what are the other options? I guess, like, what? Laura Moret, Tina Wesson, I guess. Wow. Yeah, I would say Suri's playing the best so far. Oh, yeah, Sandra, I guess, and fuck, what's it called? Australian Survivor. Yeah, Suri's obviously better than all of them. Oh wait, do you mean just anyone who is a mother or father? That's fucking stupid. That's even a question. I used to mean meant that like played with their kid. If like anyone that's a mother or father, that's just such an arbitrary question. Like it's just like so insignificant considering most people that played aren't mothers or like have kids, right? At least a lot of the people that are towards the top of the list, where it's like not really this defining like thing of being the best person to be a mother or father. Like this is like such an A&W style thing to mention. Like how much they prop up Sandy Zimmerman for being the first mom to ever clear the warp wall, which is like that's not even true. I love like how fucked A&W is with their record keeping too. Right, like this like last episode they made a big deal about Joe Moravsky hitting his 30th buzzer. It's like it's his 29th. It's not his 30th. It's really funny, like just how bad they are at bringing up all these like arbitrary records and like they're not even records.
No, Barnabas may have severed nigh every sinew in my brother's body.
Well, other One Piece character would make a good tribe name. I feel like the Luffy tribe wouldn't be bad. The Zoro tribe. Sanji tribe, would that be good? It's fine. Usopp tribe would not be that great, right? I feel like that's the first one that like feels like kind of weird. The Frankie tribe, that's not good. Brook tribe, that's not good. Chopper tribe. The Tony tribe. Should have the Tony tribe.
You've already done so much for us.
I guess it would be Tony, right? The Tony tribe.
Now with the ship. I don't want to take the piss.
The X tribe.
You risked your life. Some girl you
Yeah, they already had the
know.
Drake tribe, right? So we'll go to the X tribe.
Let's do it.
The Laboon tribe.
Mad or something.
Yeah, what, the Kobe tribe, the Helmeppo tribe. The Crocodile tribe. Yeah, there's so many great names they could just take from One Piece. Yeah, I think the Zoro tribe would actually be kind of cool. It actually seems like a name they could actually use.
Your father, who taught me that.
Yeah, Tony and Sandra tribe, that would be kind of funny.
Don't you dare do that again.
I already talked about what makes Luke a questionable person last stream.
Fucked off, the lot of them, along with the galleon. With the king on board, no doubt. The Iron Hair wouldn't sail without him.
Dance, yeah, obviously those are the tribes that we need. The Dan Spila tribe, the Varner tribe, like, actually no, I guess it is a bit too. I guess that's still not that great.
What do you mean?
Imagine the Scoopin tribe.
Busy while the others dragged you out.
And Neru tribe, yeah, that is something. Yeah, who are the other villains? We got like a Kanu tribe.
As long as it does, we can be certain
We got what's his name again? Gecko Mariah, right? Mariah tribe. Imagine someone named Mariah on the Mariah tribe.
Well, good luck catching him, because my ship's going nowhere.
Yeah, Apu sounds like an actual name.
Kick like a wild chocolate
The Hancock tribe.
Do you have an idea?
Who else is it? The Whitebeard tribe. The Whitebeard tribe.
I do. My dad'll have seen this coming a league off. If I
But like realistically though, tribe names are just kind of pointless at this point.
If you had his old writing,
Like they're just like who really cares about what the tribes are actually named?
Zotto didn't save anyway.
Like I feel like yeah,
pages
we've just gotten to the point now where like yeah,
enough.
it doesn't really play any relevance in anything.
Ready the ship. I'll speak with
I feel like tribe name. I guess like Tika 3 to fair like became a prominent like name where like Tika was like a talked about tribe name. But I feel like you rarely heard people say that like Sokka or Ratu on Survivor 44, especially post merge. Arcadia tribe. Yeah, I did see that. Like, this is also like a video that I would never make, but like a video that came to my mind of like, what if I did the like best title screen or like main menus in video game history? What if I did a video on that? I looked up like what are the best video game main menus, and like the Life is Strange 1 came up for some reason, which I'm like, it's fine. But I don't know if it's like a top tier main menu. Thing I literally never thought about the best main menus in video game history before. Remember Ua? Yeah, I remember Ua. And to be fair, I remember most of the tribes. It's just that's like, who cares though? It's like it doesn't really matter. Like it doesn't play any factor into the season or anything. Like it just feels like a major like afterthought nowadays. So I think before there was a lot more like prominence put into the tribe names, and like they really like even like focus on like what the merged tribe was gonna be called and that sort of stuff. Nowadays, like they really just don't care. You could literally just call the tribe the Green Tribe, and I think like no one would really be that bothered. Outside, like obviously the big super fans will be like, "Oh my god, how dare they water down the show?" But it's like realistically, it's like, does it play a factor in the show? Not really. Like really, I don't think like I think they could like get away with like never mentioning the tribe name, and like the casual audience would just like never notice that. Oh wait, they got rid of tribe names. Yeah, Baka is a funny name. Yeah, yeah. Should I even continue on with this? Where are we at? 3. Okay, yeah, we'll probably end soon, but I guess we'll still play for a little bit.
But if you're here, where the hell is everyone else?
Yeah, Ika and Tika. Yeah, this is also the thing that I know. I think they're definitely running out of names, right? Like, how many like 4-letter like combinations can you really come up with at this point? I feel like they're definitely running out of names to use.
You lot don't do things by halves, do you? Well, at least everyone's still breathing. Now, as for these writings,
What was the merged tribe name of Quebec?
if you had those, you'd be
I really don't care personally.
under a pile of rubble. I know. But
Kim Spradlin in one world the minute she put foot on the island on the beach. Not really.
ended up being used to build this place. The more personal items we gave to the next of kin.
But probably not too long after that though. Pagasa? That's not a bad name actually. Oh wait, is there actually is the dash actually part of the name though? That makes it worse. If it was actually just Pagasa without the dash, then okay, that's actually like not terrible. But with the dash, I feel like, yeah, what the fuck are you doing? And Duvera, like for all I know, it's like a French like thing. But I don't know, just looking at it, just doesn't look right. There's no fucking way I can remember the BB-23 team names.
Master Sid, have you seen His Highness the Prince?
Just, I don't even know if I can name one team.
Do you think Mid's ship will ever sail?
Let alone all of them. Like, I remember who were on the teams and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I can't even, like, remember a single team name. Oh, was it just by the, like, card emblems and stuff?
You'll already have read it. I'd better
I think they got to name their own. Or, actually, that's BB-18. I know they got to name their own.
We've had no word from Canva for days. Please tell me Mid is all right.
Which the only team from 18 that I can remember right away is Team Freakazoids. I remember, like, fucking BB-18 too, they fucking, add, oh wait, I still find this. But yeah, like, BB-18, they added the, like, at the beginning of, like, every episode, they showed the clip of, them saying their team names, right? Which was, like, really awkward. I'm like, challenge winners kind of name? I think I can name most of them.
Tells me Mid won't be needing these.
I think when it gets to earlier seasons, there's definitely, like, a lot here and there that I'll miss, but I think I can name a lot of the challenge winners.
I remember seeing this doll in Sid's cellar. I wonder if it was Mid's.
It's from the Caramoan. I mean, that is where Survivor Philippines was filmed, isn't it?
Sid's best.
Oh, you're saying that's where it was filmed for the U.S. Okay, okay. And Quebec was filmed in El Nido.
So Sid hid something in Mid's first opus.
Where was well, I guess Cagayan was probably filmed in Cagayan, right? Because like Cagayan's also Philippines, right? Yeah, I didn't recognize the beaches for that season. So I don't think it's a place we've seen before, but I could be wrong.
Well, did you find anything? Possibly. You wouldn't happen to know
I
what Mid's
thought that was
first
funny, but also just like super sloppy from Jared. So yeah, I don't know what he's doing with it. Like again, it's like he's essentially like trying to make Blue recognize, which is like weird. Like, why are you doing this? Why do you want Blue to know? And like, I do love like the RGP theory, which I think I probably subscribe to. The fact that like it seems like he's like used to trying to hook up with women from the like reality TV events, and like would constantly mention like Cerie's name to try to hook up with women, which I could definitely see that being the case. Yeah, I do know about that. That Katie, like visited Philippines or whatever, and then went to like where the set was or whatever, right? And then found Martinez's buff, so that's really
I didn't
random.
break it. Well, I didn't break it.
What didn't you break?
Nothing. We didn't break nothing. We definitely didn't break the orchestral.
I don't need the 2 subs, but I think I can do it, right? Of like the winners of 20 seasons. Let's see. So Ride or Dies, the winners were Tori and Devin. I don't like to really think about that. Alright, so that's one. Spice Lights and Allies was CT and Casey. Double Agents was CT and Amber. Total Madness was Bananas and Jenny. War of the Worlds was what? Jordan, CT, Rogan, and D. Well, War of the Worlds 2 was that. War of the Worlds 1 was Turbo. Final Reckoning was Ashley and Hunter, if you want to include him. Vendettas was Cara Maria. Dirty 30 was Camilla and CT. No, not CT. Jordan. What was it? Invasion was Ashley and CT. Alright, so that's 10 seasons already. Let's see. Rivals was Bananas / Sarah, if you want to include her. Let's see. Battle of the Bloodlines was Jamie and Cara. Battle of the X's 2 was Jordan and Sarah. Free Agents was Bananas and Laurel. Rivals 2 was CT and Wes. Let's see. Season 23 was Battle of the Seasons. That's Frank, Zach, Sam, and Ashley Kelsey. Let's see. Season 22 is what? Battle of the X's. That's Johnny and Camilla. Rivals was Bananas and Tyler. Cutthroat was what? Brad, Tori Hall, Dunbar, and Tyler. Fresh Meat 2 was Landon and Carly.
Did you break it?
I think that is 20 seasons already, but I'll just continue going. Ruins is what? Bananas, Derek, Kenny, and Evan. Duel 2 was Evan and Rachel. Oh, and Susie. Susie was also there for Ruins. Alright, 16. Oh, that was the island, so that's what? Derek, Kenny, Evelyn, and Bananas.
They started playing when I removed this.
All right, once we get to the gauntlet, I think once we get to the team wins, that's where I'm gonna drop off. Yeah, who won Gauntlet 3? Frank was there, right? Jillian was there.
I can tell you it's important though.
After that, yeah, that's a bit rough. Yeah, I think the team wins. I definitely can't remember.
Stuff dreams were made of.
But still, like the duel was what? Wes and Jody.
Indeed.
Fresh Meat was Darrell and Aviv. Let's see, season 10, Inferno 2 was what? That was only 4 people, right? It was what, The Miz, Jamie won, right? Jamie was there, right? And then Darrell, and then there was one other person. Who was the other person? Oh, Landon, right? Right? Anyway, yeah, thank you, Menace, for the sub.
Just the 2 I was looking for.
Yeah, Devin's HOH was definitely worse than Heisem's. I think I disagree.
Dion left.
Unless you've
There we go. The other gifted stuff from Mass. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, I think I actually disagree. Because I think because the thing with Devon's is that Devon came into the HOH dead to rights, and he leaves the HOH dead to rights. It's like, yes, it's bad, but he was already like bad to begin with. Where Heisem comes into the HOH in a really strong position. I guess, yeah, that is a fair point, that at least he gets rid of his target. But I think in terms of like his positioning in the game, I think it definitely like ruined his game. Where like with Devon, he was already in a bad spot anyway. It's like, what difference did it really make? I always forget the Miz came from reality TV. I always forget the Miz like is a wrestler.
But if that fails, try to stay alive, eh?
I guess you are king of doing charity for the community.
Every moment I waste here, the further the flagship sails.
But what's funny is that I feel like I could definitely recite more challenge like trivia than I can Amazing Race at this point. Or like I couldn't, like, outside of winners. I think after that it's definitely rough. I mean, that's too long of a clip though, right? Like, how long? That was definitely like a few minutes. Are you referring to me? Oh, I'm a king of doing. Okay, that's yeah. Then worse than Pow Pow. I think on my newest player ranking, I think I did end up having Pow Pow lower. I think. Yeah, I did. Not by much, but yeah, I did. And I think the reason why is because for me, it's like, I feel like Devon at least demonstrates some decent game ability at the very end of his run. So he seemed to recognize the issues he had and did actually do some like decent campaigning. Where I just feel like Pow Pow is just outright bad. And like, I don't really see any potential for Pow Pow in any given season, where I at least see like a level, like a sprinkle of potential for wait. Oh, this is about to start the... Okay, we want to end here then. Yeah, because this is going to start the full Steam mission, right? Which after that's a straight shot to the Maelstrom, and then you got the Barnabas fights. Yeah, we probably should end here. Forgot to... Oh, I forgot about... Yeah, I forgot in Rivals, didn't I? I forgot about that. They were the women's side of things. Which I guess that's... yeah, that's me being the misogynist again. But yeah, we got, what? Emily and Paula and Evelyn and Paula. So, yeah. There's that. Yeah, I forgot about Paula's 2 wins. How dare I? Yeah, how far are we into stream? We're actually, like, not even that far, like, in comparison to... Again, it's weird how, like, I mentioned this before, how, like, the average stream length used to be, like, sub 4 hours. Yeah, it seems like now I'm somehow, like, getting to almost 5 hours every stream. Which I definitely shouldn't... Wait, what the fuck is in here? Okay, I was gonna say, like, I'm pretty sure you can't go in here.
If it's knowledge you seek,
The Miz has been wrestling for so long that he's the go-to heel. Yeah, I know, like, The Miz is a big deal in the wrestling world. But I just, like... Yeah, I don't really think about him as a wrestler, because I just know him a lot more from the challenge. Emily's second challenge win? I mean, what? Champs versus, right? Actually, the question is, which champs versus? Because I don't even remember which champs versus it is. If it was 1 or 2. They all blend together to me. I think it was champs 2, right? No, I'm not going to stream tomorrow. Yeah, next stream will probably be on Saturday. I guess we're continuing with that. I'm streaming on Saturdays instead of Sundays. Which, again, I don't really have, like, a super strong preference. I think if I were like, ideally, I would probably stream Sunday, but if like more people are like wanting me to stream Saturday, then I'll stream Saturday. I suppose Kegger didn't show up at all this stream, did he? Is that something? The little girl's gonna win pressure cooker. I mean, if America is to be trusted with her talking about her doing the Mr. Beast like challenge thing, then yeah, she seems like someone that could easily win, right? Hottest challenge guy, and why is it Alton? I mean, I probably wouldn't disagree. It's definitely up there. Not that I'm an expert on in that field. Why is America being targeted? Because she's not really involved in many of the alliance talks. Then also, I think people like think of her as sketchy. Like she was the person that that like leaked the information about Heisem to Suri and Izzy that got them to commit to turning on Heisem. So I think they just like look at her as a bit dangerous. Like then again, like she did just make a deal with Suri just today, so it's like maybe she's a bit safer now. But yeah, I could see why they would look at her as a bit of a dangerous player. Challenge 2. I think the obvious one's Sam, right? Or Challenge. Traders Season 2. Yeah, I think Sam's probably like the obvious pick. The editor who exposed him for being an abusive boss got 3rd last season. Wait, who are we talking about? Oh, we're talking about fucking Turner. Yeah, that is a thing. That's Turner. I kind of forgot that entire thing of Turner. Remember like how low people were on Turner pre-season 2 because of the Mr. Beast thing? Corey's joke about middlemen put his own allies in big danger. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like Cameron and Red are not really that big of allies for him. He's really just kind of using them to get rid of numbers that aren't as close to him, and like wants to like potentially keep them around to like take a shot at Suri and Izzy down the road, but still, yeah, definitely like not great that he's doing things that
I say we should just tell
that did put them in a bit more danger. To be fair, I don't know how much I truly believe the sister thing, but yeah, that was also a thing though that did come out. I think Ash could get her. Yeah, again, I think her fight with Sam at the end in particular was really fun. Grayson Waller's doing pretty well in WWE. Well, that's good. Casey's pretty low on the card. That's about right.
If it's knowledge you seek.
I think I'm fine with that. I still can't believe Casey Canzaro is now a wrestler in the WWE. Like that's so weird to me. I actually found out about the Mr. Beast situation like 2 weeks before Turner got cast. Yeah, that's interesting. I never even heard of it. Like, I don't even think I even knew who Mr. Beast was at that time. Or maybe I just actually was that after Squid Game? Probably was, right? Yeah, so I probably did know who Mr. Beast was. But still, I barely knew who Mr. Beast was. Katana Chance? Yeah, I do feel like I remember. Why does that sound like a porn star name, though? I guess, too far. Is that like just most wrestler names? Do most wrestler names just sound like porn star names? Is that just a thing? Because I guess like Grayson Waller also sounds like a porn star name. So I guess that maybe that is just a thing. I don't think Annabelle would be do that well in the challenge. And then like Luke and Ash are more so just like general reality TV personalities than they are like traders personalities. Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, he was the host of a Challenge reunion, right? Wasn't it like Final Reckoning? It was like one of the crazier reunions I remember. I think it was like Final Reckoning, right? The Dolph Ziggler was the host for. Let's see. Yeah, this is definitely the same guy. Now, this is Challenge. It doesn't mention what season it is, but 2018. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Final Reckoning. Yeah, it'd be Final Reckoning or Vendettas. But either way, yeah, that was funny. I don't understand why the challenge does that though. And like, too fair, they kind of stopped more recently, right? Where they just have Maria Menounos do it, but like, why'd they do that? Just like hiring these like random like athletes to host the challenge reunion. I watched Richard's video like back when it really at the time Winners at War and everything. I didn't rewatch it for this video because, to be honest, I don't really care. And like, I know the general sense anyway. I know what he's like says about like, okay, production wanted me to do it and whatever. But so the save was this Dane Rupert's worst moves. Someone actually made an article on this. Oh yeah, I forgot we did talk about this, right? That like it was just like someone made an article about like every player. Yeah, okay, I remember this now. Is Heisen worse than Riley and Kirsten? I don't think so. Especially considering he came very close to flipping the vote again here. I think that really solidifies that he's not worse than them, but he's not good either, though. Worst between America and Nicole? I think America's in the worst position of the two, but I think it's potentially the player I think has more potential. Where I think something I do really like about America is the fact that she does seem like a genuine fan of the show. Like she does, like she mentioned, like Spoiler Girl on the live feeds and everything, and like seems to have pretty good knowledge of like just BB history and everything. Like I've watched the live feeds before, so yeah, like she's a big fan. I haven't heard Mario Lanza's thing about how he believes Dan and Kelly, so they would fight. Wait, what? What is that? Wait. Thing about how he believes Dan. Oh, and Kelly. So, okay. No, I haven't seen that. But Mario Lanza has a lot of very questionable thoughts on Smart. Yeah, we've literally already we've talked about the tribe names while you were here. So yeah, I've seen this. Like we literally just talked about the tribe names like not even like 20 minutes ago. Think America will be on USA 3? I think there's definitely a big chance, right? Yeah, who from 25 is going to be on Challenge USA 3 if there is one? I think like America, Jared, Blue potentially, Jag if he wants it. Matt, right? I love how like I was just like, oh, Heisem would be great. I would love to see Heisem. I think that would be funny. I don't know if they I don't know. Is Heisem the type of person they would cast though? But to be fair, I also like don't think I know anything about like Challenge Productions like point of view on things. I did see this earlier today. We haven't talked about it, though. Yeah, that BBUK has been greenlit for a second season, which good for them. I did also see also on this page there's another new show coming up. Yeah, the Fortune Hotel, which is another like strategy kind of game. Yeah, 10 pairs get a briefcase. One has 250k. One has an early checkout card, and teams must try to bluff the others to try to be the last one standing without the card. So yeah, that's a show. That could be fun. I'll probably watch it. Because I guess that's just the thing now. If I just watch every fucking reality show that exists. But yeah. DX is the only non-cookout who isn't booted immediately after winning HOH. That definitely isn't the case, right? It's like Brittany never won HOH, right? Alright, BB23. Yeah, like Brett never won HOH. Whitney never won HOH. Brittany never won HOH. Yeah, Alyssa never won HOH. That's definitely not right. Or are you saying of the people that won HOH? Because I guess if you're saying that, then I think that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you're meaning that, then yeah. Of the people that didn't, or the people that did win HOH, then yeah, DX is the only one. But again, there's still like a lot of people that just like didn't win HOH. But I guess I guess that's some. That's not even actually. Yeah, that's not even that notable of a statistic though, because there's only like 4. Is there even 4? 3? It's like 3 people outside of DX. See, I don't think so. I think UK is not getting used to social strategy. I think they're just implementing more social strategy, but I don't think the actual players or the public are getting used to social strategy, though. Because I think it'll be interesting to see how Traders UK Season 2 is handled. But like Season 1, though, I think is like very much shows you the growing pains. To where like everyone just like was so like scared of being a trader, and people like demonize Will for like playing the game. And it's like, I'm worried about Survivor UK. I think it'll be interesting to see how it goes, but I'm worried that it's gonna be the same shit of most of the players not really wanting to play the game. I think there'll maybe be 1 or 2 people there that do want to play the game and will play the game hard, and then probably get a lot of criticism for playing the game hard. And then, like, even with, like, Rise and Fall, it's like on that, we see the person who was playing, like, the strategic game the least ends up winning the game. I don't know. I don't think UK is getting used to social strategy. I think they're just implementing it more in their shows, but not actually, like, liking it. Like, even, like, the Circle, like, people hated the people that were playing strategically on the Circle. Oh, so it's a Karen? Then why have the E? Either way. No, Rise and Fall already got canceled. They got canceled a while ago. Which is a shame, because I think it was a good show, but... Yeah, I got canceled like months ago at this point. Fuck me, it's almost 4 o'clock. I should end. Because I've literally just been running around here anyway. So yeah, I guess we'll end here. Again, we'll be back on Saturday. That will be... yeah, I guess this is what we're going to do for bits. Actually, when does Challenge USA stop airing on Sundays? That's pretty soon, right? It's only like a couple weeks, right? That's airing on Sundays. But anyway, we'll still stream this Saturday instead of Sunday, and then we'll figure it out after that. What was the other thing? There was something else I wanted to announce. I don't remember what it is, though. But to be honest, if it was big enough, I probably would have remembered it. Yeah, both original UK winners were cops. Yeah. Which is like a really weird thing that happened. But yeah, that is a thing. Biggest goat in BB6. I mean, by Endgame. I mean, it's weird. By Final Four, yeah, it's Janelle, but then like by Final Five, it's like I don't know, probably like Janelle beats Howie, right? Maybe. Actually, I don't even know. So don't fully know, but I would assume one of Howie or Janelle. Oh, did not mean to do this. God damn, I did this again because I did this before too, didn't I? But anyway, by the time next stream, we'll obviously talk about the eviction. Is there anything else going on? Not really, right? It's like this. It feels like we're at a point where like everything's really front. Oh, was it Fight to Survive? I'll watch the new episode of that, right? Then obviously I'll watch more Survivor Quebec. I'll also still work on my last. I never even talked about that. My Left Behind video that I started working on, which I'm already extremely worried it's going to be so long, considering I've literally just like, oh, okay, so like just the opening cutscene is, what is that? A little bit over 2 pages, just talking about the opening cutscene. So yeah, I'm worried that the Left Behind video is just going to end up being like ridiculously long. But I don't know. We'll see. I did also end up fucking reading American Dreams, the comic, because I realized like just how much connective tissue there is between the two, and that American Dreams is essentially like Left Behind is a sequel to American Dreams, which also blew my mind too. That I didn't realize that American Dreams came out before the OG game. Where I used to assume that it came out after, but it actually came out like the first few issues came out months before. Which is like bizarre to think about, considering I think there's like some pretty dumb decisions made in that comic in terms of Ellie's backstory. That I always assume were a retcon, but I guess it's not. It's actually like it was there the entire time. It's dumb that it's the case. But either way, so yeah, we'll have that stuff to talk about next stream. Yeah, till then, see you guys next time.